Hi to hello, everybody. Hi to hello. Uh, I am so happy and blessed to have you here. Let me hide that particular comment. Good afternoon. I hope that you will forgive me for being late to my own lunch with Longhorn Lester. But I was going this morning, my friends. It's been a really busy day for me. And I'll tell you all about it here in a little bit. Let me just catch my breath for a minute and say thank you for joining me. We got both Facebook and YouTube here. And I know I saw the comment about how weird that you're going live twice in the same day. But Jamie and I went live this morning on all of the channels, both platforms, all of the channels to open a few gifts and goodies. Jamie doesn't have time to do it like I do. I try to do that at least once a week, but there's so many things that come to Jamie that I wanted her to be a part of. So this morning we did that. I'm trying to fix my computer, y'all. If that's all the wiggling going on. And then the highlight of my day. Hey, Larry, how you doing? The highlight. Hey, Ricardo. The highlight of my day though was watching Jake's video this morning and then posting mine a little bit later, and the amazing comments. And don't forget, friends, because there's been a lot of confusion. No one's copying anybody here. There was a challenge put out. This all came up, I think it may have been last week. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. You guys can help us in the comments on that one. But where we talked about the new trend in social media. And I'm not saying it's going to be our trend, but I did say how I'm going to play around with it. Jamie was talking about the newest trends with the silent videos as far as day trading. They call it day trading. And day trading type videos are, even though it's not your thing, it's not my thing either. But day trading is when you actually set up a camera in your place of employment or whatever you do, and you don't narrate, you don't talk, you don't sit there and tell everyone what's going on and introduce. People like to sometimes zone out and just go watch what's happening here and there. And so we played around a little bit with that. And then Jamie talked about the old days with the old movies, the Charlie Chaplin, all these movies. And then she put out a challenge to everybody to create a silent video. And so we've played around with things for the last couple of weeks. I get it. By and large, you guys are not a fan of the video style where you just set up a live and record what's happening for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. So like I said, that might not be your thing, but it is a trend. And unfortunately, sometimes trends you'll start seeing it a whole lot more if you have not already run across those particular types of videos. But the challenge that Jamie put out, so far, Jake has answered the call. I answered the call. I do believe there's other creators on Morrow Hill who will all be doing their own version of a silent video. And if it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. You don't have to make a grand announcement that this is not your style. And I've gotten a kick out of some of those. It's also very hurtful. If you know what it reminds me of is the 80-20. You've heard of the 80-20. I'm going to tell you real fast. The 80-20 is true with every relationship, every friendship, every relationship. No matter what level, there's 80% of that person that you just can't get enough of, y'all. You just cannot get enough of them. Boy, you just cannot get enough of that 80%. But then there's that 20%. And that 20% is stuff that you really can't stand. You don't really make a big deal about it. You don't want to trigger anybody. You don't want to harp on it. But 20% of that person or of that relationship, there's some stuff to be desired. So what ends up happening, unfortunately, like let's talk about relationship, for example. What ends up happening is some guy or some girl will run across somebody who's not their partner who offers that other 20%. And all of a sudden it could be the look, I don't even want to go there, y'all. But what happens is At some point, they end up falling for that 20%, and that 20% might fill whatever void they have in their life. However, at some point in every affair, every divorce, people realize, oh, wait a minute. Maybe the 20% of what I was not getting from my partner, maybe that 20% is I'm getting it now, but you missed that 80%. Does that make sense to y'all? I know that did not come out near as well as it was supposed to. I have it all in my mind. Sometimes I just cannot put it back out the way it came in. So what happens is you end up realizing later what a mistake you made, because even though that person could not give you 100% of what you need, you were a fool and you chose to go with the 20%er, and you found out later that you're missing out on 80%. I'm just going to quit talking about it already. But I hope that's the same thing for everyone who's going crazy and freaking out and screaming and hollering and pulling your hair out because you can't stand the silent videos, you can't stand the silent film. Just know that there's 80% of our videos still have plenty of sound. They still have screaming and hollering and yelling and running from animals, and all of the crazy antics that go into a video are still there. Don't get foolish and up and run off or say something so mean that you get yourself banned or blocked because of a silly 20%. That made sense. And yes, there have been some people today in the last couple of hours who will no longer be a part because of their such negativity and disgust, and they didn't even take a chance to watch the video. So it is what it is. We will continue to play a piece of that video throughout this live. But I hope that if you've not seen it in its entirety, I did put it on Longhorn Lester's Facebook and Longhorn Lester YouTube at around noon today. So like I said, there's no one copying anybody else. There are multiple people who are going to take part of the challenge. It just so happened that Jake posted his this morning. I posted mine at noon, and there will be other people who challenge posting theirs throughout the day or the next couple of weeks. I don't know if Bree has done one or not. For the person who keeps saying Bree's done one, I did not see a Bree video on a silent video, but I don't know. I don't know, but I will look for it because I'm excited to see it. I am so excited to see it. And I know Jamie has talked about the ideas of what hers is going to be like, but you know, Jamie works full time. Jamie works for a living. I know I do too. Thank you, Betty. That was very kind of you. Yes, I think that Jake's was awesome. Yes, it was. Carissa, I'm going to pull you up over here if you don't mind. Carissa, I lost you. There it goes. I love that analogy, Lester, the 80-20. Carissa, help me if I said it wrong. If there's anybody in the comments who can say it better than I can, I think that you know what I mean by that. Guys, no one is perfect. There's no one perfect. And for everybody who you want to be perfect, who you find yourself in a relationship with, especially relationship-wise, you're going to find out with time that they're only about 80% perfect. But there's still that 20% that you kind of like, darn it, man, oh, shucks. And so what happens is, Carissa, I hope I'm getting this right, is sometimes people make foolish mistakes in search of that missing 20%. Be it looks, or be it money, or be it a nicer home, or a nicer car, or nicer conversation. And then once they find out that they've messed up, they realize that, wow, 20% is a lot less than 80%. And they kind of want their old partner back. We've all been there, haven't we, y'all? Haven't we all been there? But you don't want to. So I just kind of tried to apply that same analogy to the video creations. Not every video is going to be a blockbuster. You're not going to turn on to anyone's channel every single day and be as impressed or as joyful as you would. I feel like Donald Trump. I'm just rambling at the mouth, y'all. I can't control it. Okay, calm down, Lester. Get a grip. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. No, we're not talking politics. I made Oh my goodness. Anyway, so how are you guys doing? What's going on your Friday? With mine, I've had a couple of lawnmower slash tractor issues, and I spent most of my morning trying to get a lawnmower picked up. You know that we had ours here at Longhorn Lester's serviced, and so I've been having to share mowers with the different properties, and that's been really hard. So I did go back and get my mower from the shop today. I have not cranked it up and driven it or used it yet. It's way too hot for that, but I will do that a little bit later. And then we had to also take, I need to stop reading the comments because if I'm slurring my words again and I get accused of being drinking, I'm not. But I also have some tractor issues. The tractor's fine. It's the brush hog. I think that I've overused it. Guys, I put more hours on that bush hog or that brush hog over the last couple of weeks than what I've ever done before. And I need to have a couple of things done to it, greased, and a couple of things that I can't do myself. So I've been very busy this morning doing things that I had to be available for. Thank you. You guys are very nice in the comments. I also see that there's someone who's spamming us right now. Just ignore that person. If they're harassing you or bothering you, you can block them individually. And if I happen to catch them, then I'll do it from here as well. But don't let all that mess with you today. You don't want to let that person steal your joy. Happy birthday to the birthday person. And as far as the hurricane and what we expect, Jamie has a hurricane tracker on her phone, but I have not asked to see that. So I don't know where it's directed as of right now. We do think it's going to come through Texas, but I think it's going to make landfall far enough away from the Houston area where we're not going to be impacted by the wind. Now, we do want, and we need some rain. So it's kind of a fine line between you kind of want that hurricane or that tropical storm. You just don't want the full force of it. So we're hoping it'll hit along the coast where it's not a populated area. And so we can just get some of the, well, darn it, I'm just reading this comment. The path has changed. It's going to hit Houston. Oh, Lord, Patty. Patty, I hope you're just making that up. I don't know if that's true or not. Can anyone else confirm that? Oh, no. I don't see anyone else confirming that. So going closer to Corpus Christi is what I'm also been hearing. So I've not heard a path to Houston, but I do think further south around Corpus, that's what I think the latest was. But you know what? Even so, Corpus, we have those folks in our thoughts and prayers. But it's not going to be anything the size of Hurricane Harvey. If you guys are kind of concerned about what happened in the past with Hurricane Harvey, just know that was a very, very, very different scenario. Very different scenario. And so, Miss Valerie, no offense, but you know that Ryan Hall is an entertainer. Ryan Hall, y'all, on YouTube is an entertainer, and only about half of what he says is actual. If you don't believe me, you can Google Ryan Hall, y'all, yourself. And if you watch Ryan Hall for your real weather, then you'll learn that, wait a minute, he exemplifies everything. He's a very well-spoken man, but he's also an entertainer. So in saying so, you can't really believe every single thing. He will say what he has to say. He will show the graphics, what he has to show for the views, because don't forget, he makes his money off of your views as well. And so the more dramatic, the more bold, the more he can put things out there, the more reaction, the more views he will get. So I wouldn't trust that source. It's a fun channel to watch. I watch him all the time. He does have the gist of the information there, but I think that your local news is always a lot more accurate than what Ryan Hall And I'm not bashing the channel or the guy or the people who watch his channel. Like I said, I watch him myself, but you really just can't believe all that you see from the Ryan Hall Y'all YouTube channel, because he is in fact an entertainer, and it says it very bold in his description of his channel that he is for entertainment purposes. He's not a he's not your local meteorologist, y'all. Hi to Hello. So Hi to Hello, if you're asking where that came from, Hi to Hello was just a simple tongue. Lester, who was typical fashion, my mouth cannot keep up with how fast my mind works. My mind was saying something. I was going to say, hi, hello, hey, y'all, hey, folks. I don't know what I was saying, but what came out of my mouth was hi to hello. And I don't know where that came from. Hi to hello. But I like it, so I'm going to keep it. Okay. We'll just make that one of our Lesterisms. So Hurricane Beryl is a whole lot smaller hurricane than what was Hurricane Harvey. Whereas Hurricane Harvey was a Category 5, which was the max rating. Hurricane Harvey hit right here at the Galveston, Houston area, and it stalled, which means it just sat there. It didn't have enough to move. It just sat there and kept turning and turning and turning and turning. And what happened was Hurricane Harvey got caught between some high pressure systems, and it couldn't go. It was just kind of sitting there, and it just for days and days and days just kept bringing more and more moisture off the Gulf. And that's why we had such traumatic and just horrible flooding during Hurricane Harvey. So this Hurricane Beryl is nothing like that. So if you have visions of Hurricane Harvey, just don't even let that's not the same, y'all. That's not the same. Better late than never. To the sweet lady says, I'm late, but I'm here. Thank you. No, this is not the same blue shirt. Y'all, you're so critical. You're so critical of everything. Listen, the wig and the shirt are just props, y'all. They're just props. Hold on a minute. Don't y'all remember back when you used to have your toy box? And you had all that fun stuff in your toy box? It's just a prop, y'all. I don't really wear the blue shirt every day and everywhere I go. Y'all. And the wig, I do not. It's a prop. We have fun with it. We get a few laughs. We make a short video here or there. I don't walk around wearing this wig. And people at Tractor Supply, they know me. So when they saw me get out of the truck and come in with my wig, with my camera, they knew that Lester's up to something. As a matter of fact, I had a couple of people even help me on my video. Let's watch that part right now. Oh, it's a prop, my friends. It's a prop. We just have fun with it. Have fun and smile and laugh and stop taking everything so seriously. I don't wear the wig everywhere. It was fun when I found it at the resale shop. I bought it, and I promise you, it's gotten its money's worth. Okay, I forgot what I paid for it, $12 maybe, and I promise you, we've had a lot of fun with the wig. And so it was not I'm trying to remember some of the comments on the videos today. Listen, I'm just going to say this, and I don't mean this in a horrible, mean way, but it's going to come out that way. There is a lot more negativity on Facebook than what's on YouTube. YouTube gets my humor, and most people on Facebook do. But I feel like most of the things that kind of like bother me are always from YouTube or Facebook people who don't get my humor, y'all. They don't get my humor. And so listen, I get a compliment a couple of weeks back when I got the blue shirt. What do? I play on the compliment. So I wear my blue shirt in multiple videos in a row. But I promise you, I'm not really wearing the blue shirt all day, every day. Remember that. Don't let video creators fool you. You see a very short snippet of a day, and I can take that little blue shirt, which is over here on the chair. I can throw on this hat, and make a video. It's just for fun, y'all. It's just for fun. I'm having fun with you. Okay. Sometimes I have fun with you. We'll just call it that way. I'm having fun with you. I want you to have fun with me too, y'all. Can we have fun with each other? And then even if you do, who cares? Sheesh. Well, hold on a minute. So believe it or not, I do care. The shirt did not stay clean today because of the third act. The third act in my video, which happened just a few hours ago this morning, was this. Watch her wink at me. Ah! Isn't that wonderful? But no, my blue shirt did go up and underneath the trailer today. And so it will have to be spray and washed and cleaned. And it's also quite sweaty. So I will not be wearing that shirt all day. So I know that sometimes you get caught up in the videos. You don't really know exactly how the whole thing works. But there's a lot of things that go into a day that is not recorded. It's like the sweet lady who was so concerned about me milking Roxy only on one side and how dangerous that is for her and how it's going to be my fault that she's going to get mastitis. Guys, in my video of me milking Roxy, I only showed one side because I think that I showed you what I was doing, but I did not show the full 15, 20 minutes of an entire milking session. And so people start saying things like that, and then they start getting reactions from other people, and then they start contacting me with things, letting me know how dangerous it is. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know No. So I want to invite a special guest to join me right now. The special guest has been a big part of my summer. I will say, as of right now, I'm watching my special guest dance right here beside me. Who do y'all think my special guest is? My special guest is right here beside me. They're going to join me momentarily, and they're standing here dancing. Anyone think they might know who my special guest is going to be? Does anyone think who my special guest might be? I will say my special, oh, the very first person. Hold on. I'm going to grab you. The first person who said it. Hold on. I saw it. Where did it go? Right here. Karen Barnes. Come on over here, son. Karen Barnes was the first person to say Lex, and that is true. My son Lex is here. Uh-oh. I can't scoot over anymore. Can you get in there okay? Yeah. All right. So my son has been with us since June. I don't know. Your mom's birthday was June 19th. You were here a week before her birthday. You went home for a couple of days. Then you've been back. However, you've not spent too many days with me over here. And I'm not upset about it. I want to show you why he's not been hanging out with his dad a whole lot. Even though I have gone to see him, I've taken him to eat, we've done things throughout the summer, he's been spending a lot of time at my mom and dad's house. Not because of my mom and dad, even though my dad does make him great breakfast. But this is what he's been doing every single day.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good hustle.
This was at the very end of your practice with LE. I want you to talk about what's happening over here. Give me a second, though, to finish playing. It's really cute what happens up here.
That right there is someone who is depleted in the hot sun, just nothing left in the tank. Not sure why he chose to wear all black in 96-degree weather.
Right there.
This dog.
Did you bring her with you?
Yes.
She's here?
Not
inside the house?
No.
Is she out in the RV?
No. Kippy's here.
So
right,
Kippy,
right below me.
huh?
Right below me.
Oh, she's right here. Pick her up and show her off. So Kippy is here, friends. Don't worry, Lex and Kippy. Lex is not going anywhere without Kippy. Let me go ahead and remove that. Kippy is here. Hey, Kippy. So Lex and Kippy are inseparable, and whenever Lex comes over, okay. Hi, Kippy. So Lex and Kippy go everywhere together, and Kippy even goes to Lex's football camp. And so what's happening every afternoon is LE is putting you through football training camp. And how's that going? Tell me about it.
So it's going great. I feel like I've improved a lot from when I first started.
Yeah.
But I recently just got my shoulder pads and my pants, and now I feel like every time I do it, I'm exhausted because I'm just not used to all that. But I feel like I'll do better the more I get used to it and the more I keep practicing with it on.
Well, yeah, absolutely. So for you guys who don't know, Lex is going to be going to, well, he's going to be in 7th grade. And this will be his first year to play organized football. And so what we do, and this is the same thing we do with LE years and years ago, is you have to get your child, if you can, help get them conditioned to the heat, the sport, the equipment, and all of the things that he has to do. And so being that I coached for so many years, it always was sad to me whenever football season would start and you have 100 kids who would sign up for football. But in that first week, over half those kids are going to drop out. And why do you think kids drop out so much?
They're not used to all the exercise and workout that the coach put them through.
Yeah, well, most kids, and I don't mean this in a bad way because their kids are enjoying their summer, but they sit home all summer. They've played their video games. They slept late, and they're not used to all the things that coach requires of them, the running, the sprints, the heat, the equipment. And so what we've always done, and I've encouraged this with obviously Lex and LE back when he was younger, is you start doing things about a month or so before school starts to help start getting yourself. Go ahead. I know you want to. No one's going to listen to a word I'm saying now. You look wonderful. So you look great, son.
Yeah.
But don't get any ideas. You still have amazing hair, okay? And we're not going to trade your amazing hair for that amazing hair, okay? But let your dad keep that for me, okay? I need something, Lex. I need something, okay?
Okay.
But I want to show you all a little bit of what happened back in the days. Watch this. Talk about. I'm going to take.
LE started playing football when he was very young, and I used to worry about the football camps Lester put him through because.
First of all, who's that? Who's that man talking?
Oh, me?
Yeah, who's the man talking?
That's Papa. That's Papa.
That's Pawpaw. But who's that little guy that he's holding right there?
I don't know.
Who's that little baby that Pawpaw's holding?
Kippy?
That's not Kippy. Who is that baby? Who do y'all think that baby is that Pawpaw's holding?
It would be hot, and I'd come home from work, and they'd be out there, and he'd be dragging tires around, just wringing wet with sweat. But it paid off when the little football season started, and we watched her start out with
Lex.
flag football, then on up into tackling, and you see him progress each year, getting better and better and better.
Not you, the tire. Keep going. I'm going to pause it right there. But look at this. This was July 2008. You weren't born yet.
Nope.
Think about this for a minute. You weren't even born until 2012. So this was 4 years before you were even born. This is LE, who is a little bit younger than you here, but he's out there doing all of the things that we're talking about. He's pulling a tire. Who in the world? Now, listen, I know what you're all going to say. Let me pause this for a minute. Just remove that for a second. A lot of people are going to think that, oh, Lester, you're that kind of a dad. You wanted your kids to live all of the dreams that you could not fulfill yourself. And we've all seen those little league dads and little league moms who scream and holler and shout and grab their kids, and they want their kids to be superstars. That's not what I am, y'all. I only try, and I'm going to make sure that he agrees with this. Do I support you and encourage you, or I make you do stuff?
You do support me and encourage me.
I do support and encourage. And football is your idea or my idea?
My idea.
Because I said I would rather you not play football, haven't I?
Yes. Yeah.
I worry. Guys, I've seen years and years of coaching and them just destroy children. And I don't mean children little. I mean this age children, because a coach in middle school can do more damage to the self-esteem of a young man or a young woman than what they can good many times. And if he gets out there and his coach is one of those kind of guys who screams and hollers and curses and tells him and just knocks him down till he feels like he's worthless, I don't want that happening to my son. And I've seen that through so many coaches and through so many years. And so I said, son, are you sure you want to play football? This is only if you want to do this. But no, he's at that age. He wants to play. And so I'm like, you know what? I will support you. So we did. We went off and we got him a helmet first. And for the entire month of June, he would go out with LE in the afternoons, 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Late-ish in the afternoons when the sun's starting to start cooling off a little bit. And he'd be doing football camp. And LE would work with him on conditioning, catching, running, backpedaling, things that if you've never played a sport, you may not be familiar with the body movements. And so LE, who's a lot better shape than I am, was able to help Lex a lot with all of that first month of the workouts. Now, though, we went last weekend and we got him the shoulder pads. So it's kind of like phase 2. So now not only does he have his helmet on, but now he has the shoulder pads, the leg pads, the pants, and all of the entire thing. And they're still getting a little bit, they've gone to the next level on his football camp. So now he's actually hitting the dummy and practicing how to tackle the proper way. And so when football season does start, and it won't start until I think the 1st of September, this little guy over here will already be in wonderful shape. He will know all of the drills and the skills his coach will ask of him, and he's going to be ready. And if he ends up not liking his coach for whatever reason, his coach at least will not get onto him and scream at him for not being in shape and not being football ready, right?
Yeah.
So, what has been the hardest thing from football camp?
I'd say the hardest part about football camp, probably actually the aftermath of it.
Hey, Lex, I'm sorry, but for anyone coming in late who thinks that's your real hair, could you go ahead and take it off? Are you okay? So, what's been the hardest part? The aftermath of it, as far as being sore.
Yeah, I'm really sore after
What parts? What muscles have been sore?
My thighs, my calves, both of them have been sore a lot. But Ellie did give me these little I don't know what they're called. Oh, like massages, I guess. But you rub them down your leg or something, up and
Okay.
down, and it will help a little bit.
Yeah, we have a few of those around here too. Are they made of wood? The massagers?
Yeah.
Or they wooden? Yeah, we have little wooden massagers. They help you with your, your muscle cramps and stuff. So you are getting in better shape. The heat, how bad is the heat then? Because it's already hot, and then you add on, you put that helmet on, and you have to breathe through the the small holes, the face mask and stuff. How's that been?
Oh yeah, that's also pretty hard, but I'm gotten used to it. I think I'm doing pretty good with it now.
So you've adjusted to the heat.
Yeah, it was hard at first, but I think I've got it down.
That's good. All right. Well, thank you for joining me for a little short interview. And then, what is the most rewarding thing from your football camp? Is there been something that you've done or accomplished that you didn't think you could? Tell me about it.
So whenever I first started doing football camp, I was kind of not really good at anything, but now after all the practice I've done, I feel like I could catch a lot better, and I love catching. Catching is one of my favorite things about football, and so now I've been able to do that pretty well. I'm getting to learn how to tackle now a lot better than I did before. I could keep my stance in a back pedal, and just whenever I'm standing in that position, it doesn't really feel as uncomfortable as it did before too.
So you're learning them.
All of those help a lot.
Good. Well, I love you. And now one last thing. Do I text you every single day?
Yes.
Do I drive you crazy asking you, are you okay? Do you need anything? So for everyone who's going to accuse me of being a bad dad, I'm not a bad dad. I'm not a deadbeat dad either. But I do know, and I've always told him this. I've told him two things. I want you to spend time with your Gigi and Pawpaw because they will not be here forever. You know that. I also know that he enjoys the football stuff, and Ellie is able to throw, whereas I can't, not as good. Ellie can run. I can't, not as good. And so I do know that Ellie is also able to spend more time with him. And so I'm absolutely fine with that. But I'm here if you need me. You know that, right?
Yep.
Now, this weekend, I demanded him come over. I said, you're going to come over. I need to see you. I've been doing things on the weekend with them. But the weekend, I said, you're going to come over here and hang out with me for a little bit. So, plus we have that darn hurricane coming. You heard about that yet?
Yep.
We don't know what's going to happen with the hurricane yet, but I want him to be close for just in case. All right. I love you. Can I have a hug? No. Tell me you love me. It's okay. Thank you, son. If it's too hot out there, come back in, please. So whenever Lex comes over, he likes to go to the RV and spend time out there. So I went out a little bit earlier and turned all of the ACs on and got everything cooling off for him. And so whenever he goes out later, he'll be fine. Okay. So I will say, go ahead and adding to that. No, my dad really, really loves cooking for Lex. And I also know that my mom, Lex has always been one of the favorite grandkids.
Yes, I have.
Lex has always been one of my mom and dad's favorites. Now, everyone knows that I was also a favorite grandson to my nanny, even though my P-Pat couldn't stand me. P-Pat could not stand me, but Nanny loved me to death. So I know that my mom and dad both love Lex to death. And so it makes me happy that they're happy and that he's happy. He's a little bit spoiled when he's over there. My dad does wake up and make him breakfast. Lex, funny story. I'm going to read you all a text from this morning, a text. This is from my dad. Let me find it. So I sent Lex a text this morning, and I said, I'm going to pick you up at 1 o'clock today. So you have to be ready. Well, he didn't check his phone, or he was either still sleeping. So I sent my dad a text. I says, Dad, I says, can you please have Lex up and ready to go by 1 p.m.? I'm going to make him come with me this weekend to Longhorn Lester's. I says, he's not going to want to go, but you have to make him. Okay, fine. So my dad replies. He goes, yes. He goes, I'll have him up and ready. He goes, this is funny. I'm on my way home from the feed store now, and I have his breakfast. Did you hear that? Yeah. My dad said he's on his way home from the feed store, and he has your breakfast. And I'm like, wait, are you feeding my son sweet feed or cubes? I don't think y'all get my humor.
You worded that wrong.
I didn't word it wrong. My dad worded it wrong. So what my dad actually did was went to the feed store, but also swung by McDonald's and got him a big breakfast. And so, but when my dad said, I'm on my way home now from the feed store, I have his breakfast. I'm like, are you feeding him sweet feed or cubes? Y'all, that's funny. That's farm humor. Jamie, did you get it? My son's not eating sweet feed or cubes, y'all. He's eating McDonald's big breakfast, which is probably just as unhealthy. But I thought that was funny. Hey, no, Lex, you got to keep it outside because Stella's not going to give her much peace and quiet here inside the house. Okay, well, listen, friends, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I know I came on very late, and thank y'all for allowing me to get some things done this morning. Thank y'all for being so positive in the comments, and just understand that the silent videos was just something we're playing around with. Our channels are not going to change and go that way. We are going to stay true to who we are and how we found you in the first place. And if that means talking and narrating and giving a voice to the animals, then that's what we do. And it would not be the same without being able to do that. But I will also say, remember the 80-20 rule. Just remember that 80-20 rule. And if there's something in that 20% that you don't really, really like, you don't have to divorce or break up or all of those other things. You just remember the 80%, okay? And thank you all for helping me explain that in the comments. Jamie, do you know the 80-20 rule? She knows it. She knows the 80-20 rule. So come on over here for a minute. We're going to get down and dirty. We're going to get to the nitty gritty. I am saying goodbye, but you're going to help me because I want to know what is part of the 20 that you got. What's the problem you got with me? What's part of my 20? Come on. Come on. What's part of my 20? Because I'll tell you what your 20 is.
My gosh. We're just going to air it all out here for God and everybody?
Well, your 20 is not that bad, so I think it's okay. It's bad, but it's not that bad. You like to hoard stuff. Jamie likes to hoard stuff, y'all. She likes to hoard stuff. She cannot get rid of stuff. She has to keep everything. That's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I would never leave you for that purpose, okay, for that reason. So what's my 20? Because I know I ain't perfect. You got to think about it?
I don't have to think about it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Should I not even have brought you over here?
I think this was probably not a good idea. Just kidding.
Well, I guess
Lester loves to claim that he is the cleanest, most organized, most thoughtful ever. And Lester has his own dirty little secrets, and they linger in the garage, in his closet, in his truck, in all the places. And he likes to point fingers about Jamie likes to keep everything. But Lester likes to let things pile up. And Lester's way of cleaning is to literally just swoop it all into a trash can at some point in time. And then a week later goes, where's my
Hey, what
blah,
happened to
blah,
my,
blah?
where's that receipt to Tractor Supply at? What happened to them? Where's my checkbook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that happens. Hey, Larry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, Jamie. Thank you.
That's all you wanted? You don't want me to keep going?
No.
Oh.
Let's just stop at the 0.5%.
Okay.
We'll stop at the 0.5%. So Lester is 99.5% perfect and 0.5% a slob. Thank you. That's enough. You can stop now. Go back to work. Go back to work. You should be working till 4 or 5, I think, right?
That's about it.
I'm playing. Yeah. So Yeah. Well, anyway.
That's not where you saw that going, did you? You wanted me to say, like, what 20%? Lester has
Yeah,
no 20%. He's 100% of all the things that I love and can deal with. And
okay. Well. Thank you all for watching.
This was a silent film, didn't you?
Yeah, back to my silent videos. Back to silent videos, y'all. Better safe than sorry. No, I'm kidding. Thank y'all for watching. We're so blessed to have you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We will keep you informed of our weather, but guys, don't worry about us. If you're sitting over there worrying about the animals, you don't have to be. We're going to take care of all the animals, okay? And there's a lot of other people you can worry about who are going through severe drought. I talked to Jason over at Cog Hill just a few minutes ago, and he says, Lester, I've never seen the drought so bad. Never seen it so bad. And I says, I know, bud. I said, I remember last year where I was looking around saying, I've never seen it so bad. Excuse me. But no, so I do know that there's extremes. We're over here hoping, we're actually hoping that the hurricane comes close enough to drop us rain, but not so much rain that it floods. And there's other people that would love to have a tropical storm or hurricane come over, and just because they're needing it so bad for their animals and for their gardens and for everything else. So you guys keep Cog Hill in your prayers, but we are fine here. I promise you that. We just need a little rain, but we are not as desperate as we were this time last year. All right. We love you so very much. And I can't tell you how blessed we are to have you. And you guys stay safe where you're at. I know Jamie's mom up in Illinois sent her some videos yesterday of her streets are all flooded. Xander talked to her for a while about how much rain they'd gotten in their part of Illinois. And I know, I watch the weather as well. I know how hot and how dry, and then other parts of the country, how wet. I get it, y'all. So, but we're good over here. Thank y'all for watching. We love you so very much. And we will catch you guys on the next video. And y'all say a prayer for me, because I will be doing football camp for the next couple of days here every afternoon. So yeah, talk about massagers and hot baths. All right. Thank y'all for watching. I'm going to end the video the same place we started it.